All right, good morning and welcome. It's Democracy Day show, Wake Up Nigeria. And you just, that was a performance to get us into the mood, of course. Mary's here. Fine girl, Mary.
Hi, good morning. How you doing? It's so good to be
Is
here.
that how fine girls say good morning?
Okay.
All right, but it's June 12th. It's Democracy Day.
Yes.
And just very fast. I just want to it's been uninterrupted, 4 republics now, democracy, and I would just say that we could do more. Sometimes freedom, they say at times, is harder to handle than slavery.
Yeah.
Why so? I mean, as a servant, as a slave, you are told what to do. All you need to do is just follow instructions.
Yeah.
But as a free person,
You have free will.
everything. You have free will, and you could really mess up, and you would be responsible for it. So I would just say that as Nigerians, we are responsible for our country. Our leaders are Nigerians, responsible for our country, and we can do better. We can do better as a democratic nation.
So it's so funny. I want to talk just a little bit about democracy and what where it stems from. And you know the history of Rome.
Of course, of course.
To be a citizen of Rome was to be a citizen of the world.
Yeah.
It was an empire for a reason. They were so powerful. But democracy then became extremely, what's the term I can use? Alarmingly overwhelming for even them. And
yes.
In the end, what happened was no one could conquer Rome, but the city, or rather, the empire fell from within.
Within.
It scattered from within.
Just reminds me of that saying in House of a Dragon, that the only thing that can destroy the House of a Dragon is itself.
Yeah.
And that's just what I say. Whenever something is solid and all of that, that's why you say, that thing, the only thing happen from within.
Yeah.
If a chain is as strong as its weakest link. If somebody not breaking away from within and get something, well, it will not happen.
So Mary seems to have something on her mind that she wants to address.
As a matter of fact, not exactly.
Okay.
It's just I was pondering over what Mike said at the start.
Okay.
The fact that there's still so much to do.
Yeah.
A long way to go. When you think about not just the economic situation, you think also about people's welfare. You think also about the possibilities that could have been, achieved over the years, and here we are still waiting on certain things, still hoping for certain things. In the news is, people who have served for decades.
Yeah.
You put your life into what you do, giving your best, and at the end of the day, you get pittance as a pension, and even sometimes to even get that pension, it's a problem.
Struggle.
And then you don't even get proper guidance on how to go about investing your pension. And so you just believe, oh, this big organization everybody knows would handle it well for you. But they're cheating you. They don't give you the best deal. And so there's so many experiences like that that pensioners are going through. So it's one thing for you to even serve. It's another thing for when you finish, you also even live comfortably. And then, of course, still talking about pension. Considering the economic situation right now, how much or how far can an average pensioner take their pension?
So that's the thing I wanted to mention. That
Yeah.
pension thing you're talking about, Now, in the fine print of your pension, is it not possible for you to know how much you are going to be paid when the time comes?
So
in the fine print.
It depends on what level you reach.
Yeah.
So if you get to level 15 or 16, there are actually certain amounts that you will get. So let's even focus on that 15, 16. Now, when you get your bulk sum could be, say, 10 million naira, for example. I'm just saying 10 million naira. Now, that 10 million naira, you will not be giving all the 10 million naira.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll be told, okay, you can get a certain amount of money. Now, this money is not going to come to you, of course. It will be redirected to a pension management company.
Yeah, sure.
Now, that's where the problem is, because if you end up with a pension management company that does not give you the best possible deal, then you end up shortchanging yourself. Like, how do you give somebody that is 60 years old, for example, a pension plan that they will be paid a certain amount for just 15 to 20 years. That doesn't work.
So what I'm
So
saying is that before, what I'm
Can
asking is that
I know. I wanted to help address the question you asked. So that issue of the fine print depends on the pension manager. But the thing is, policies change over time. It's not really about the fine print anymore. It's actually about the economy and the worth of that fund anyway. Because what 35,000 naira is worth to you in 1995 is not what is going to be worth to you in 2025.
In that scenario,
asking for 35,000 in 95 probably seems like a huge amount.
So what I'm saying is that in that scenario, is it the fault of the pension managers? Because with the fine print, it's already been said that this is the particular amount you will get. So the economy has made that amount probably worthless. So it doesn't. It's not a case of the pension manager at this particular point in time. I don't know if
as
you
long
get
as
what I'm
they
trying to say.
That's not even
pension
what I'm
manager.
referring to. You don't get. I'm
No,
not
I'm
referring
asking
to.
that in
So
this case
it's
now,
a double-edged sword. On the one hand, the reference to the pension managers is even how they dispense this money. Like, there's something called investment funds. There are some pensions that you're expecting a situation in which, okay, so I know two different elderly people who use two different pension managers. And one pension manager is saying, okay, till you, in quotes, your demise,
Until life
you're going
happens,
to be paid a certain sum of money, knowing the person could even live another 30 years. You're going to be paid a certain sum of money, and they keep giving reports of what they are doing with your money, the investments. The other one doesn't.
Okay.
And it's even for a more prominent pension fund manager.
But of recent,
And then when you try to switch, there's a lot of drama.
There's some red tape, but it is possible now.
It is, but
it is possible to switch.
There's a
pension
lot
managers.
of drama.
But then again, this is where I say get some financial literacy. Right now, depending on a pension fund for your retirement does not make any sense. It's not logical anymore because of all the other options that are out there for you to invest in. You know, there's stocks, there's bonds, there's all sorts of other investments, there's real estate, there's things you can do while you're still serving.
I don't want us to sound elitist.
No.
Because remember what I started with was level 15, 16. There are people who are not up to that, who do not retire at that level.
As little as 10,000 naira, you can invest in a fund, a mutual fund, something that can be put forward for your children.
You have said that thing a lot.
You get what I'm saying? So don't rely on pension.
I remember
Don't
George
even do
Classen's book. And maybe like it's not elitist talking about financial literacy. Even from a kid, I mean, that's why you buy a colo. That's why you have a piggy bank, because you're teaching them financial literacy. Remember George S. Classen's book, The Most Powerful Man in Babylon, where he spoke about the simple basics. Number one, earn. Number two, save. Number three, invest. It's the basics. Not everybody. In fact, a lot of people, even the ones that don't know, have messed up with investment so much. That's why all the CBEX and all those we hear people, oh, I put all my all the money, my life savings into it. If they had a little bit of financial literacy, they would not. One thing I would say, Ponzi or whatever, most of these things in their own, by their own, they're not illegal. It's what people do with the monies that are illegal. You see, by the time you start hearing, now this is something you will not see everywhere. By the time you start hearing about that financial investment, it's already too late.
It's too late because it's already reached.
It's already too late. If you're a marketer,
you're hearing that it's climbed. Oh, it's climbing.
It's already too late. You see,
you should have invested when it was low.
What you do as an investor, or what the wise ones do, is that they predict the trend, what will happen next month, next year, and they act on that. But you are acting on what has already happened.
Exactly.
You're already too late.
Yeah.
So financial literacy is for everybody, and I understand. Yes, as much as my point is that you are holding the power within yourselves. Yes, there's a lot of things that can be done better. And why I wanted to understand the thing about pension, to understand where the pension managers come in. Now, when we talk about government pension, where even the government is one supposed to pay and it has not come in time, people are in line and they pass on. Sad stories. Somebody served for so long, and then is going to collect his pension. You can't even have access.
Like the recent Nigerian Airways, apparently.
Okay.
That was just recently. After so many people have died, now apparently they're releasing the funds. People were
Who are they releasing it to?
So that's the thing. Family members that are aware that the funds are now available. Those that had access to the details, the documents.
To the details of?
Yes.
Those.
So it was those people who had the wisdom to even give this information to their children, and those children that had the financial literacy to even know what to do with this information.
The other time we had First Bank here, and we were talking about next of kin
Yeah.
not being enough
It's not
for
enough.
them to give the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
So I think about it
It's
that
not.
the $50 billion in my account now.
Yeah.
They play.
Yeah.
So
If you don't
I'll
have
find out what to do so that it's such a way that
probate stamped document.
so that it does, because
Yeah.
do you know how many accounts I know of people? I mean, a lot of these countries in financial capitals were built on monies
Of
of
people that passed
people who
away.
had passed.
Yeah.
I'm talking about world financial capital like the Switzerland. No, they have other things they're doing with their money, but a lot of the monies there are monies from people who nobody could have access,
Yes.
legal access to claim those
Claim the
monies.
money. Yes.
They just
and
get
it's
into the
gone.
system.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And you're talking about billions of dollars.
And there's some people that have certain funds that their family members are not aware
Oh,
of.
yeah,
And then
lots
when
like
you
that.
pass on,
They are,
the
it just
funds
goes.
just lie there, and
In the
somebody
banks.
is monitoring it, nothing is happening, and
And
then
then,
that's where fraud comes in sometimes.
In fact, the system just...
So now I
Fix it.
was actually at a conference yesterday on financial literacy for women.
Okay.
And one
Oh.
of the things that they said was we could also diversify into other areas of investment that people have not thought of. Do you know that we have some amazing art galleries here in Lagos who have premium art pieces that are climbing in dollars? Now, some people bought these pieces of art as low as 100,000 naira. And eventually those pieces of art are worth 500,000, 1 million naira. As long as you go to an accredited art gallery, or not Lekki Art Market. I'm saying art gallery. You can invest in art. You can invest in even film, Nollywood. People are looking for you to invest in different things where your money can grow. With the YouTube craze now, where everybody is able to make money on YouTube, investing in film is there. You can invest in so many things, but people just think of the traditional lock my money in the bank.
Because people
I'm
feel
afraid
it's
of-
safer. They need to be more aware of these things. And then when you watch the news and you see, oh, this one crashed, that one crashed, this one failed, that one escaped with people's money. See, as an elderly
Some
person,
things
you
that
become
can't
more
crash.
wary the older you are.
Very
Some things
true.
that can't crash is gold.
This is very
Gold
true. You see,
jewelry
there's
and
something,
things like that.
there's
It
something,
can't
something
crash.
happened that
Yeah.
something very
But then
close to home.
robbers.
Something very close to home
Well,
happened here.
you have a point.
Something very close to home happened where now there are people that are so investment. I don't know. I don't want to say investment savvy or investment field. Their heads are investment that you receive 1 million, then you remove 10,000. You take 990,000. Investment.
Yeah.
You should have. Someone said that even as a salary earner, you should have funds that can keep you up to at least 6 months.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that as much as you are doing, Mary, saving, like you are right, saving and keeping money in the bank has its place. In fact, whatever you invest, you should always have something that you are something quite tangible, because anything can happen. Investment as it is, it's risky. It could go up, it could come down. You could lose everything.
And then I should also say that it's, if you are in the situation in which you cannot make any investment or even save money, don't worry, it will get better.
Amen.
That's
to
the most
that.
important
But
thing.
have those
It will get
conversations with your elderly ones,
People like us.
the people that are getting close to retirement age. Have those conversations with them. Find out relevant information about what they plan for their retirement. If not, now they go come meet for money every month too.
All right, we'll take a time out now. Stay with us. There's more to come on the show.